Hello, everybody, and welcome back to More to Digital. I'm your host, Brian Sikorsky, and today we have someone I absolutely adore and someone that I've actually known for some time now. I first met her back in 2016 when she was an intern for me where I worked. And now Sarah Schreck is the manager of marketing for the Greater Pittsburgh Arts Council, as well as being a freelance designer. So I am so excited to introduce you all to one of the nicest human beings I know. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and that's coming from the nicest person I know and the most phenomenal intern, leader, teacher, mentor person. I, to this day, definitely like the most amount of information I learned in the shortest amount of time. Always, I could sing your praises as much as you can sing mine.
Well, the Mutual Admiration Society is great, but since this is a short interview, let's go ahead and
Yes.
move on to the first question. I appreciate you. So, Sarah, what digital platforms, which of those do you use to purchase media, and how do you use them at the Arts Council?
So the Arts Council is a small and very local nonprofit. So we have to leverage our ad buys very strategically. Often we're using Meta's platform to purchase social media ads. We connect a lot with individual artists and small arts organizations. So really that's the way in, as well as some Google ads. We utilize the Google grant program very heavily at the Arts Council.
That's amazing. And so, what do you think will be the biggest change in marketing that you see coming in the next 2 years?
Oh man, so many changes, and so many changes are already happening. But something that's caught
Mm,
my attention in particular is the use of AI generated content to increase SEO on blogs and produce content in general just to try and get more stuff out there. I think folks will pay a little more attention and sniff out AI generated content and maybe look for things that don't feel as produced. Whether or not they'll be able to sniff it out, that's something that we'll find out as productions of AI content get better and better.
yeah, I do agree with that. And people always say, like, you got to make sure you really proof your stuff and make sure, all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and all this stuff. And honestly, sometimes a mistake in body copy or something like that isn't a bad thing. It's proven that it's actually done by a real human being. So yeah, in the world of digital marketing, you don't want to be too digital. You still want to have that human touch. That's a great bit of insight there. Yeah. So,
Mm.
how has the a trend towards streaming television impacted what you do at the Arts Council?
The Arts Council itself has not interacted too much with streaming content, though we do try and produce a lot of our events as live streams online to try and reach more folks, to help more folks out. But I did notice, and I did some research a few years ago with the Carnegie Mellon University's Arts Management Technology Lab that looked at the streaming impacts on especially live theater. So that's something to look into if you're interested in that. That's not in my organization right now, but what theaters did try to do during the pandemic and beyond with trying to reach more folks with education programs. I think live streaming is something that will mostly impact in terms of the arts sector, live performance in that way. I wish I could speak more to how that affects our advertising and marketing efforts, but unfortunately, I'm not too deep in that space just right now.
Sure, but I mean, you've got a good taste in it already, so that's amazing. So, what do you think is the most effective tactics that you use for the Pittsburgh Arts Council?
Good question. I think the most effective tactics that we use involve delivering really high quality content that will help the user in our advertising efforts. Our mission is
Mhm.
to help our local art scene and to provide content from the jump. I think allows folks to really trust that we have good information to share and it's worthwhile to spend time on our programs and on our website. So trying to make not only the landing pages but the content itself that they're interacting with really rich, and putting the strategic targeting and ad buys behind them to push that forward.
It's amazing. Yeah, you've got to give that information and make it in a way that people want to receive it, and you don't want to bog them down with too much information because that can be very off-putting. I know we have very little time
Oh
left, but I just want to ask real quick: what's one quick tip that you could give when it comes to doing digital marketing?
man, less is more in the visuals. What you just said,
Mm,
Ryan, touched on it exactly. I think folks like to put as much text as they possibly can. I see this on billboards as well. If we take a traditional approach, 6 words on a billboard is the max, and I see like paragraphs. Same thing with your digital content. Less is more.
Yeah, definitely. And if you don't know what TLDR means, look it up because yes, if there's too much text, no one's going to read it. Well, Sarah, thank you so much. You're fantastic, and I'm so happy to see how well you're doing and the knowledge that you've got. It's amazing. So, thank you so much for being on the show today. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you so, so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Definitely. Pleasure's all on this side. And everyone else, we have so much great advice for the rest of you out there. You can connect with Sarah. Don't forget, you can also connect with me, and I can connect you with any of the great interviews that we have on our other platforms. And as always, it's great ideas and incredible storytelling in media and marketing right here on More to Digital.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.